In this video, I'd like to show you some layout adjustment features. Although designed primarily for use with the digital publishing suite, can work really well in production graphics as well. So I've got a simple A5 layout here, and I now find out I have to produce a similar version with a different orientation. So here's the first of those new features, and it's to quickly create an alternate layout. If I go up to the Pages panel menu and choose Create Alternate Layout, then you can see that I can dial in either a landscape version of this, which I'm going to do, or create an entirely different document size from here. The liquid page rule I'm going to point out in just a moment. I'm going to click OK, and you'll see it creates me a new page. However, at the minute I've got to reposition and sort everything out. Effectively, all it's done is spin the page around and recenter everything on the page. So I'm just going to undo that. If I just pop out to the Pages tool, so Shift P for the Page tool, you can see I've got liquid page rule just here, and I can choose a few things like scale, and that will change the size of things if I just create another alternate layout. Another place I can do that if it's visible is this small area just here, and if I click on this and choose Create Alternate Layout, then you'll see that that will drop around like so. And effectively that has just scaled everything to sit onto the page. I'm just going to undo that. I'll change it to recenter, and again I'll create an alternate layout like so. Just going to click through that. You see it's just dropped everything pretty much on the center as it did the first time. It's more or less the default, so I'll just undo that. So how do I go about controlling this? Well, there are a couple of different ways. The easiest way is to use the liquid layout panel, and if I just come across to the window menu and down to interactive and choose liquid layout, this panel opens. I'm going to switch the page layout rule to off just here, just at the minute, and now I'll actually set this to object based inside of here. So this graphic at the top here, what I'm going to do is make sure that the frame is going to fill proportionally, and I'm also going to enable auto fit. Then I'm going to allow it to resize its height and its width and pin it to the top of the document like so. Next, I'm going to move on to this item just here, and I'm just going to pin this out to the right. I'm not going to allow it to resize, just pin it out to the right hand side. The small logo down in the bottom, I'm going to pin that to the bottom left, and then this text frame, I'm going to allow this to resize its height and its width, and I'm going to pin it down to the bottom right like so. There's one other thing about this text frame. I've used a new feature inside of the text frame options. If I just do Command B to access those, you'll see that I can change the number of columns here to flexible width, and I can set their initial width here and then their maximum width like so. So if it exceeds the maximum width, then it will introduce more columns. If I click OK, that's now ready for me to create an alternate layout. So if I come up to this option here, choose Create Alternate Layout, just going to accept the defaults there and come across, and you can see I've got most of the work done for me. So I think there is a really good case for using that in production artwork. If you've got a layout that's going to change, consider this as an option.